Hey everyone, I'm gonna show you how I transform into one of my favorite students from the class of 1A in Boku No Hero Academia. She goes by the hero name Creati, but you may know her as Momo Yaoyorozu. To transform into my best girl, I'm wearing gray contacts, and the first thing I want to do is create a blank canvas on my face so that we can prepare ourselves for the transformation. If you want to see a more in-depth look at how I do this process, check out my Akali makeup video, which you can click on right there. I think it's on the upper right, upper left. Sorry, I'm new to this. Anyway, you can check it out there. It's the KDA version, but that's where I really talk about how you can conceal the features on your face and even out your skin tone so that you can transform into whoever you want to transform as. Here, I am also concealing my eyebrows. Now, if your eyebrows are not like mine and they're thick, you might need to do the glue stick method and conceal them using that. There are plenty tutorials on how to do that, as it is a very popular technique used by cosplayers and also drag queens. So try searching throughout YouTube or Google on how you can conceal your eyebrows. But for me, using a simple concealer actually just works. While I finish up blending all of this foundation out on my face, I want to invite you guys to my Patreon page. Not only will you be getting these makeup videos an entire month in advance, but you can also choose who I will be doing the next tutorial on. Additionally, if you subscribe to my Patreon, you get a bunch of exclusive content, including photo sets and selfie sets, and even GIF sets of my cosplay, including NSFW or sexy versions that I don't really post publicly. And you can also be part of my Discord server where we can play games together and chat away. I also share early announcements and posts, as well as behind the scenes on how I create all of my content. So if you'd like to join my Patreon, the link is in the description below. You don't have to, but I really would appreciate it. Now back to the Momo makeup transformation. And now I am setting all of that foundation using loose powder. I am making sure to tap off the excess powder because I want to have a dewy finish for this look. After this, I move on to the contouring process for Momo. Now, Momo's design is actually very soft and feminine, although her eyes are very fierce, so later you'll see how that will translate into how we do the eye makeup. But for the contouring, I actually do just very light contouring. This contour is really just to bring dimension back into the face since we've erased everything. So I'm hitting my temples, my cheekbones, but I'm not bringing them as far as I usually do. I'm also hitting my jaw a little bit. And later I'll be moving on to my nose. Momo's nose is very straight and slim, so I'm really just creating lines and narrowing my nose bridge down as well as the tip of my nose to do the contour. Next are her eyebrows. Now, Momo's eyebrows are very distinct. They are short and straight. To create the shape, I use a dark brown eyeshadow to map it out first. I follow the natural shape of the first half of my eyebrow and then I taper it into a point right below my arch. Then I add the darker color. I'm using a black eyeshadow on top of that brown eyeshadow. Momo's eyebrows are really sharp and defined despite how short they are, so I grab a bit of concealer on a brush and just clean up all those edges. Momo's eyes are the most intense part of her face, so I like to make her eyes almost cat-like. Using a medium brown eyeshadow, I add that to the outer edge as well as the crease. Then I place a champagne-colored shimmery shadow all over the lid. Afterwards, I grab an even darker eyeshadow and put it just at the very edge of my lid. Then comes the eyeliner. Now here's where you have to be very careful and precise. I am slowly building up a rather medium-sized wing that isn't exactly flicking upwards. It's more of just extending straight out. Make sure to also line very close to your lash line. Now, I think this is one of the most important steps in Momo's makeup process, so really take your time with it and adjust accordingly. You can see me here adjusting that wing and making it larger. Moving on to the lower lid, I get the medium brown eyeshadow and shade underneath my waterline. Then, I grab a black eyeshadow on a really thin brush and line my eyes underneath my waterline. Anime characters such as Momo are usually drawn with very big eyes, so this is how we translate that into our makeup look. Make sure to connect this line with the eyeliner we just created as well, to complete the eye shape. Another defining feature of Momo are her bottom lashes. You can opt to use fake lower lashes and attach them using glue, but I actually like to just use eyeliner. I do small strokes to shape 3 little triangles in the center of my eye, at the edge, and then one in between them. After that, we're gonna work on our upper lashes. So be sure to curl your lashes first and add a generous amount of mascara. I wouldn't say Momo's upper eyelashes are as defined as her lower ones, but you still want to balance the look out. So I add false lashes on top of my mascaraed natural eyelashes. And these false lashes are a little natural, but they're still very long and wispy. And here I am celebrating that I put it on properly on camera. Couldn't say the same for the next one. And finally, some white eyeliner on our waterline will complete that new eye shape. I don't really alter my lip shape when it comes to cosplaying Momo, so I just put on a very glossy, very pink lip gloss on top of my natural lip shape. On top of that, I get a darker pink lipstick and I dab that in the very center of my lips. Then I soften the edges using a tiny beauty blender. You can use your fingers, but I'm just notorious for never really cleaning up after, so I like to use a little beauty blender. To complete the face, I like to put on some very pink blush again to represent how feminine and soft Momo can look despite how fierce her eyes can be. And herself, really, her powers are amazing and she's so smart and I love her so much. Anyway, and lastly, very last step is to pop on some highlighter. Now, you can say I go a little crazy with the highlighter for Momo. I think it just suits her to be very dewy and glowy, so I like to put that on my cheekbones, on the tip of my nose, on my nose bridge, and the inner corner of my eyes, underneath our little tiny eyebrows, as well as a cute bow. Momo really is one of my favorite characters from the entire show, and I think it's because I relate to her a lot. I'm a very nerdy academic, and I really like to take care of other people, so I'm always happy to cosplay her. And I'm excited to show you the final look. So I'm gonna grab the costume and put my wig on. And there we go for the Momo makeup transformation. I hope that you liked this video or that you learned something about it. Maybe it'll help you with your Momo cosplay or maybe some other kick-butt female anime character. Before we go, I'd like to know who your favorite character from Boku No Hero Academia is. You can comment it below and maybe we share a couple more favorites. Be sure to also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this, and see you next time!